Dear stupid America, I'm shooting this video in the dark so you can only see the outline of my face. I grieve at the way the country is falling, and I can only say that it's going to get worse at this point. I have a lot of goals for myself. I'm a very good person. I think I am. I've been told I am. And I want to kind of show everybody how I grew up so they could see what's wrong with the world at this point. Something that not too many teenagers do. I'm 14. Something that not too many teenagers do is explain their life stories, okay? I'm putting this on an account that isn't mine, an account that one of my friends has, who I asked for the password to, and he said, yeah, he'll change it. And I'm very happy about it, though there's a lot of stuff on there that I'm going to have to delete. I'm very happy about it. If you can identify me, I don't care. If you can't identify me, I don't care. This is my thing. I'm going to speak up. Not too many people have the balls to speak up, but I will. I was born in 1997, April of 1997. I'm 14 now. I live in Illinois. I've been considered, and I consider myself generally a very good kid. I've never given anyone problems, and when I have, it hasn't been my fault. It's been theirs. I didn't like hurting people because, it's just one of those things. I'm not one of those people who could just hurt somebody and get over it quickly. It would kill me, literally. I have a problem in my back, I believe. I don't know. I'm just sharing a little bit of personal stuff. I don't care if you put pieces together and find me or message me or something, but this has to be done. I hope it makes news, okay? Just has to be done. I have lived in a very ghetto area, and, this area was horrible. It was this stereotypical black community. I am African American, of course, otherwise you'd be able to see me out here. But this was a very stereotypical area that I used to live in, and I also used to live in white neighborhoods. For a good 2 years of my life, I witnessed shootings, gang violence in my school, drug use and abuse, actual murders. Not murders, but plots to murder that actually came true, that I haven't had the opportunity to testify because something's happened to them, and I haven't had to do anything. God bless sometimes the government. In that time, I noticed how kids are saying, you know what, we need to totally legalize pot. First topic, legalizing pot, marijuana. Have to be honest, U.S. government, that's smart. Because that means, if we were smart, we would do this, only because that means more taxes. Even if you do up the taxes a little for this drug, more taxes on this. For just to smoke it, you can go buy it at some age, government can choose the age, and, you get the right to do what you want, and the government gets their share of it. Some people say it's more harmful, but I gotta admit, I've heard of worse. I really have. And I'm a 14-year-old kid who's talked to a million people. A million insects. In that time, I've begun to learn that, if we would just do that one thing, the government might not even be in the state if it would just legalize that one drug, because, that's a boost on our economy. You get to regulate shipping, we get more income to the government. I mean, it's a pretty good thing. The thing is, the drawback that the government's so worried about is a drawback that not everybody else is. Here's something I have learned. When you make something illegal, you make it more tempting to get the substance. For example, when it was illegal to drink alcohol, this was very bad. This was a very bad thing. But there was no point in stopping anyone because it's their life, their decisions. I mean, when it was illegal to do it, they couldn't get any. So, everybody put anything they want in their alcohol. And they did whatever they wanted, and we had people that. Be smart, and just, if you legalize drugs, you can regulate what goes into them and what doesn't, how they're made. You can get a little money out of it. It's plain and simple. Here's another thing. Gun control. Screw it. Because if a person wants a gun, they go and get one. They don't need anybody's permission. Whether or not anybody in the U.S. wants to believe it, if somebody wanted to go get a gun, they would go get one. I live in Countryville now. I could go down the street and say, hey, can I borrow your shotgun? We're going hunting. And the person will go, sure. As long as they know we got a hunting license and know who we are, I don't believe there's going to be a problem. Gun control. You can control it a little, but honestly, you don't really have any. Just saying. Next. Schools. I do not believe the school system is strong. Because, first of all, we have schools that don't even get the proper tools to give a good education. I have outsmarted teachers because the books are slow. The books themselves have information that nobody even uses anymore. We need to support the school systems, even if it's only $1,000 more a year. I don't know if that'll be more expensive. It's the U.S. government. They'll find something out. They can think. I know they have brains, otherwise we wouldn't have elected them, right? Yeah. Think about your politicians, too, because I've met some really conservative politicians that shouldn't even... I'm not against conservatives. Being conservative is okay. But some views shouldn't even touch the ballot when you talk about things, okay? It shouldn't affect your actions. But then again, a lot of people have a lot of different morals. Politicians, I'm surprised the Tea Party hasn't been in there yet, but only because there's two main Democratic, Republican thing. Yeah, whatever the heck that is. I'm a freshman in high school. I'm a little slow. But... the system in itself is cracked. I don't get why a Republican and a Democrat have to be a Republican and a Democrat. I understand they share different views, but honestly, there are going to be people who go on the ballot and see Republican and Democrat and those other guys, the Libertarians and the Tea Partiers and all that crap. Yeah, they're going to see them and go, because there's only two main ones. In the end, I believe in the Constitution and the Constitution only, which may make me a better politician than anyone when I grow up. But I'm probably going to be an activist because of this. I really hope I get the chance to talk, because people talk circles. Oh, that's another thing. Politicians talking circles on TV. You know, I go and look up them words just to see if you're trying to talk a circle around me. And yes, occasionally you talk circles. I mean, just to go around one point, you talk for several minutes. No, I can put things into 5-word sentences for you so you can understand them, but they gotta use the big words. So you know what? Whatever. Also, this is where I hit a snap. I'm not gonna lie. I'm out of the closet. I don't even care. I've not given a crap. I do care about homophobes because I lose a lot of my friends because they're homophobes, but I can't say anything. I've been asked why I choose to do this. I had a serious problem. Being gay caused me to hurt myself for fear of hurting others. I'm here to tell anyone who thinks it's a choice, it is not. 14 years of my life, I've been trying to trick my brain. And you know what? I had a dream. I woke up and I said, this is just like saying because I'm black, I can't think. I'm the smartest boy in my class sometimes. All right, then. Screw this, screw this, screw that. Also, I mean, that's just horrible that I'm going to go to marriage now for Mormons and for gays and everybody else. It's horrible that they can't get married because that in itself is against our First Amendment. Our First Amendment allows freedom of religion and freedom of speech. And, I mean, all these freedoms that we get. Okay, Mormons believe that they should be able to marry as many people as you want. Now, government, smart, incredible government that we live in, one of the best governments in the world. Can't you think up a way to make these things happen? You give civil marriages, or whatever the heck they're called. Basically fake marriages that say you're together, but you can't have the same right as a married couple. You're screwing people. Majorly screwing people. And we know you are. But we let it go because we want to be with the ones we love. If I marry a guy one day, I don't want to have to do it in a different state. I live in Illinois. I know I won't have to go that far. But if I have to even go, I'm slow because I can't remember if this is a good state. But in all honesty, it's not. It shouldn't be up to someone whether or not you can marry who you want to based on sex or creed or whatever. Also, no state should be allowed to stop somebody from having a job because of their sexual orientation or something along those lines. Because guess what? That's just like racial profiling, whether or not you want to believe it. Mr. Kane, whatever his name was, it doesn't wash off. You explain to me when the color of your skin washes off. You explain to me when sexual orientation washes off. Well, if we lived in a world where being gay was epic and being straight was weird, what would you say then? How are you going to wipe off heterosexuality? You tell me. I understand how the parts go. I know that I've heard it a million times, Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve crap. You know what? Sometimes I think God put some gay people on this earth and some bi people and some people who want to get transgendered on this earth just so we can get along, just to see if we actually love each other. If you believe in God. If you don't, you can say God and Goddess, you can say Buddha, you can say whoever the heck you want from my Wiccan friends and stuff. I love you all. But that's freedom you get. Also, no Christian influences. Well, there should be some, because I hate to say it. I hate to say it. But we were born on that one religion. We were born, our country, on that religion. So yes, we have to hold some of its rights, but not all of them. That's the thing. When freedom of religion kicks in, when you write that amendment, you delete the fact that this is a Christian empire and you have the right to do some things. Now, dear smart America, I love you. I'm glad to be living in America. I could be living in a place where I'd be a slave. I could be living in a place where I'm hungry and dying. I'm so thankful. But I also know when changes need to be made. If anybody, I hope people leave as many nasty comments and as many good comments as they can. I want this thing to hit the web and just go incredibly viral. I want to see a change in the world. I'm 14. It's 2012. I guarantee I'll be spending another 20 years of my life doing what I'm doing today. Breaking the promises that I said that I would not put these thoughts into other people's minds. I made so many promises that I just won't be able to keep because certain people try to keep the world from changing, and it has to. No one, let's just say normality is overrated sometimes. We have people who are not normal. Some of the coolest people in the world are not normal. Lady Gaga lovers out there, Beyonce lovers. Some people just aren't normal sometimes. Katy